Welcome back to Around the Rock Sports. I'm Austin Agosti.
I'm Anthony Clifford.
And I'm Aaron Mary. Today, we're going to take a look behind the scenes of SRU athletics, updates on track, softball, and baseball, and get the end of March Madness. Let's get started.
Most of us don't realize just how much goes into college athletics. Paul Lukens, SRU athletic director, has been here for 25 years and knows just what it takes to work in college athletics. We sat down with him to learn a little more about him and why he loves SRU.
Well, when I first came and took the job now, I thought it'd be a 3 to 5 year stopover and then maybe move on into even Division I as an athletic director. That's where I came from. But you know, the place grows on you. So undergraduate, I went to Earlham College and I was a student athlete and I worked in the field house and I loved that job. And then I graduated and worked in the insurance industry for a year and thought this isn't really what I want to do. And I really enjoyed my time as a student athlete and as much as working in the field house, and thought, how can I do that? And so I went and got a degree in sports administration, and with the goal of being a college athletic director, and then got a great opportunity to start my career at Eastern Illinois University. And that was where I grew up in that area, so that was home. And then this opportunity at Slippery Rock came, and to get the athletic director job was a dream come true. I think the upgrades we've been able to make in all our athletic facilities have been very rewarding to me. The most rewarding thing is the success of our student athletes and how we've really brought our academic performance up and continue to perform well there. We won the Dixon Cup several years ago, and that was first time ever here. And so now we've been able to remain competitive and be in the top 5 of that race, you know, pretty much every year. Some years a little closer to the top, some years closer to 5, but we've always been able to stay there. Those are the things, and then just working with the coaches that we have and the student athletes, and just trying to work together as a family and a group. So it's the people. It really is the people that we work with here every day, and that I get to work with. Everybody seems to be on the same mission and has the same goals and wants to achieve the same things for this community and this university, and that's what's made it so special for me here to be here, and for a lot of us to be a part of, and to see how it's grown and evolved over my 25 years is unbelievable. To sit here and think that we would have all the updates that we have here on campus when I first came here, it's just remarkable. And I mean, that's a testament to the leadership that we've had here, and I've been able to have great relationships with all of those folks. I'm on my 6th president here, and enjoying working with, you know, President Barry and the previous presidents. We all have good relationships with them, so I feel very blessed to have had that and to be a part of that.
The Slippery Rocks men's baseball is currently sitting at 12-15 on the year, while 3-9 in the PSAC. On April 6th, the Rock lost their doubleheader against Clarion University at Jack Critchfield Park. Then on April 7th, they came back and won their doubleheader at Clarion University. The Rock continued their winning ways when they defeated Mansfield University on April 9th. Today's doubleheader against Pitch Johnstown University has been postponed to Sunday. Good luck, guys.
Now, as we turn to softball, about 2 months into the season, the team looks to be doing okay, just at 500 and 5-5 in the conference. Coming off 2 road victories at California, PA, the team returned home for a doubleheader against Mercyhurst yesterday afternoon. The first pitch came around 2:30, where the Rock came up short, losing 2-1, and hitting seemed to play a part in the loss, as the team was responsible for only 3 hits. Fast forwarding to Game 2, the Rock came out very aggressive on the bases, as Alexa Guglielmino and Megan Brown were accountable for 2 stolen bases. Looking to improve their hitting from Game 1, the Rock did just that as they tallied 5 hits, leading them to a win of 4-2, splitting the series. Moving on to the upcoming games, they look to face California, PA, but this time in a home matchup. Securing a win against California would sweep the season series matchup against the team. So good luck to the women on the rest of their season.
Moving the track, the men's and women's rocked their home meet last Saturday. The teams combined for 10 wins, 43 PSAC marks, and 5 NCAA marks. For the men, senior J.J. Oleo and sophomore Austin Labisky both grabbed 2 of the NCAA marks. Oleo got his with a 16.68 meter shot put win. As for Labisky, he hit his season high in the javelin throw with a 58.87 meter throw and a second place finish. For the women, pole vaulting duo Maddie Marshall and Courtney McQuaid both hit NCAA marks, as well as finishing first and second. Marshall won with her 3.85 meter clearance, and McQuaid was right behind her with the 3.70 meter clearance. The last NCAA mark came from Elena Powell, who won the javelin throw with a 42.64 meter toss. Here's a highlight from the meet. Let's check it out. All right, guys, so let's talk about this a bit. So we have 5 NCAA marks, which obviously this is great. You have your normal company of the pole vaulting duo, JJ. But then you had some newcomers. I mean, with Austin and Elena coming in, I just think that this shows how much talent we have in this track team.
Right.
And again, we seem to talk about this track team every single time we have this show. And again, it's just nice to see that they're not just settling, but they're actually trying to make themselves better because, like, yeah, JJ Olio, McQuaid, and Marshall can all just be like, you know what, we've proved ourselves enough, that's fine.
No.
But it's the fact that they're also now adding, like, other people as well as adding to their accolades themselves. And
Right.
that speaks volumes for the track team.
Yeah, no, I agree. And then you kind of look at the team as a whole. You have 43 PSAC marks.
Yep.
You have tons of top 5 finishes, and then, like I said, 10 wins. So, I mean, I just think that Papa has something to, like, look at this team, and he knows that he has a ton of athletes that are trying hard week in and week out to perform at their best.
That's something, like, I know I just, like, it's simply reiterating what I said, but he must be telling their kids and coaching their kids right because, again, they're consistently doing well week in, week out. And, again, that's just a big congratulations to them.
It starts with him, the coach.
Yes, it does. It does
And
start
I mean,
with coaches.
from the package that we saw, you see them all having fun. And, I mean, speaking of fun, Coach Papa, like we saw, he even got out there a little bit. He got out there, set up to run, and I just think that it's really cool. And I mean, that's the kind of coach that you want. And I mean, he's out of eligibility. Sadly, he can't get out there and run with them. But
He still got it.
Honestly, he does still have it.
still have
He
it.
definitely could have smoked one of them.
yeah, no, I agree. All right. Next weekend, the squads are splitting up. About 75% of the team will go to the 2-day outdoor Bucknell Outdoor Classic event, and the rest of the team will go to Westminster Invitational on Saturday. So, guys, let's move into kind of what we brought up last week of March Madness. I mean, we all had some bracket busters.
Yeah, we did, and we've all roasted each other in our group messages from Houston losing to Kentucky losing to Duke losing.
Yeah.
Who would have
was
thought
just-
that Virginia?
I honestly had no intention that Virginia would even come close to the Final Four. I really didn't, especially after what they did in last year's tournament.
Yeah. No, I think that just adds to it why they tried so hard, why they strided.
Yep.
You're losing to a 16 seed, which nobody ever thought was going to happen.
Yep.
No.
For it to happen now to them, and and then them bouncing back definitely helps them.
It's definitely
Well-deserved.
a unique story because like they didn't even lose to that number 16 team. Like they got blown out. I
Yeah.
think they lost by like 20.
Yeah.
And to come back all the way, like completely full circle, and now they win the national title.
First ever.
Right,
It's
well
the first in
deserved.
school history.
Yeah. And I don't know. I think looking at these teams, I just think that Texas Tech was kind of my surprise. I know that that's where quarterback Patrick Mahomes went, but
He was
when
in
you
attendance.
look at them, that points to football to me, not basketball.
See, and I would say Auburn's the biggest to me because I believe it was the first game their starting center tore his ACL.
Yeah.
And like when you lose a big man, especially one of your best players,
Yeah.
it's hard to bounce back. But Auburn just
making it
shot
down to the
lights
Final
out
Four.
night in, night out.
It was like a
Yeah.
few games before the final
Yeah.
or the four that they lost another player as well. So.
Yeah. And I mean, they only lost to Virginia by 1. So
That's true.
They're just behind the national champions by 1 point. So. All right, well, that's all we have for you guys this week. Be sure to check out the SGA update this coming Tuesday for all things SGA. We'll see you next time on Around the Rock Sports.